What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to cast a bait casting reel for beginners. Now, I did one of these videos about 3 years ago, but that video is pretty cringy and I want to redo it, so we're going to go ahead and redo it. I want to start out by saying, so bait casting reels are my preferred setups to use. I'm not a big fan of spinning gear. I prefer to use bait casting gear. So we're going to be talking about how to cast one for beginners. So start out with the gear that you want. I prefer, as starting out, if you're a beginner, use a medium power fast action rod, anywhere from 6 foot to 7 foot long. A reel that's pretty cheap to start out. You don't need to buy really expensive gear. This reel is a little bit up there with expense, but you don't have to have expensive gear. That's just something that people tell you. You don't have to have that. You want to start out with monofilament line. It's going to be the easiest to get backlashes out and everything. And you're going to want to start out with either putting on a topwater frog, or you're going to end up starting with a weight. It's just that the topwater frog is a little easier to cast, to practice with, because when you're practicing, you're probably not going to be fishing. You're probably going to be standing in a park like I am today, or you're going to be standing in your backyard or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a test cast real quick with the GoPro on, and then I'm going to show you, get back to this camera, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. Starting in 3, 2, 1. As you can see, launch that bait right out there, no problem. And I'm going to go ahead and do one more test cast with you guys, starting now. Just like that, as you guys can see, no problems. That was pretty simple. So the best part about using a bait casting reel is accuracy. So I'll get into that in a little bit, but basically when you're casting, I can basically snipe out any target that I want and I can cast to it. That's going to happen when you get a little more advanced. It's just basic way of doing things. The other thing is that you're going to be able to make more casts per minute. What that means is you know, with a spinning reel, you got to open up your bail, you got to make your cast and then shut your bail. With this, all you have to do is push a button, fling it out there, and you're good. As you can see, real quick, I'm going to show you guys on GoPro how many casts I can make in the next 15 seconds or so. So, starting now. So, there's one, reel it in. Okay. There's two, reel it in. Okay, there's 3. Okay, and I probably get one more in. There's 4. So you're going to be able to make twice as many casts as you will with spinning gear if you're using bait casting gear in a certain amount of time. That's basically just how it goes. That's how you do it. So let's talk about settings. So on a bait casting reel, you're going to have your drag, your cast control knob, and you're going to have your magnetic settings or your centrifugal settings. You can get into digital settings later on, but we could cover that in a different video. So your drag, just set that however you need. It's basically personal preference to see how much line you want the fish to pull out when you hook them. The cast control knob, I like to have that set so just so the spool doesn't move side to side. So you just want to set it just right, just so the spool's about to move, but it doesn't. And then you're going to want to set your magnetic settings to basically whatever suits your needs. So if you need to cast, if you're just beginning, I prefer to have those settings all the way up, so maximum, so that way when you are casting, you're not going to get a backlash. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to cast a bait casting reel real quick. I'm going to show that on GoPro, and I'm going to switch away from this camera. I'm going to show you guys on GoPro. So how to cast a bait casting reel. Pretty simple. So you have your button right here, which releases the bait. As you can see, the bait's falling when I push that button. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to push that button, have your finger on the spool the entire time. You're going to want to lean back and release your thumb, but before it hits the ground, you're going to want to stop it with your thumb again. So I'm going to have to show you guys that one more time. So as you can see, you're going to lean back, cast, and then put your thumb back on the spool. That is going to allow you to get more, and the more you cast and cast and cast, and the more you get used to using a bait casting reel, the more you're going to be able to get used to it. So let me show you guys that again. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the GoPro. We're going to go like this. We're going to cast, and there you go. It's that simple. However, I would recommend casting a lot slower this is going to help. It's really going to help getting more accurate. I don't recommend it. So watch this. So you guys might see me cast like this in my videos sometimes, like really fast like that. That's not what you want to do to start out as a beginner. Personally, what you want to do is you want to start out like this, going really slow and kind of seeing how used you are to bait casting gear. And you might actually find that you might not even be ready for bait casting gear. You might not like using bait casting gear. That's okay, but it's always good to learn and try new things. That's what this video is all about, trying to teach you guys how to start using a bait casting reel. So again, you guys might see me cast like this sometimes in my videos. You might see pros do it. You might see other YouTubers do it. They just go wing and just wing out that bait just like that, right? Personally, if you're starting out, I know I already said this, but I'm going to try to do it again. When you're starting out, I cannot stress this enough, try something a lot slower. So when you're casting, you're going to want to go like this, sidearm cast. So I'm going to show you. A sidearm cast goes like this. You guys are going to see this on GoPro. You're going to do a sidearm cast and you're just going to wing and do a sidearm cast. That cast sucked, but I'm going to be showing you guys, that's basically what you're going to want to do if you're starting out. So basically, I'm going to make another cast real quick. Wing it out there. Just like that. No problem. Now, if you guys get a backlash, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys real quick how to get a backlash out. So I'm going to go ahead and backlash on purpose. I don't really want a bad backlash, so I'm going to tighten up my brakes a little bit. I'm going to cast into the ground, and I'm going to show you guys a backlash. This is how you do that. I'm just going to cast in the ground real quick. Boom. As you can see, not sure if you guys can see that, but I did get a backlash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I get that out. So basically, I'm going to pull the line out with my thumb on the spool, just like so. You're going to want to pull that just like that until, and you'll start to notice that your backlash will slowly come out. It's not very hard. However, sometimes you will get stuck. A lot of times with braid, you'll get stuck in there. Just grab the knot, pull on it a little bit, and it should come right out. But as you can see, just pull on it a little bit. And as you can see, my backlash is coming out really nicely. Just like that, backlash is all out. And backlashes are a lot easier to remove with monofilament. A lot easier. I would much rather get a backlash with 12-pound monofilament than I would 30-pound braid. It is a lot easier. So I'm going to go over this one more time. You're just going to want to move really slow and cast. You don't want to go fast first out because that's how you get backlashes. You don't want to cast overhead, so that means like this. You don't want to cast overhead because what will happen is, bam, lure's going to hit the ground. You're going to get yourself a monster backlash. So I recommend doing this first. You're going to want to go back like this, side arm, and you're going to want to just lob it out. Very easy. That's how you're going to want to do it. It's very simple, guys, how to cast a bait caster. You will get more advanced the more you do. I can do other tutorial videos on how, like, what line to use, what rods you want to get into, all that stuff. It's very simple. I don't mind doing videos on that. If you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the comments section below. So I'm going to show you one more casting technique. Then we're going to end this video because I don't know how much time left I have on my memory card, so I'll have to check. This will probably be a little better if I show you on GoPro, so I'm going to go ahead and show you on the GoPro. So basically what you do, I'm going to show you guys how to make a flip and pitch cast. This is a little bit harder of a cast, but it's a little bit easier to do on bait casting gear than it is spinning gear, in my opinion. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your bait. You want to level it about to the reel like so. You're going to hold the bait in your hand really slowly, and you're just going to just release everything, just like that. And the bait should just fly right out of your hands. So I'm going to show you. You're just going to hold on to it. Don't do a slingshot cast. You'll see a lot of people pull back their rod like this. Not what you want to do. You just want to hold it in your hand. Don't get hooked. And you just want to go release. And I just hit the table perfect, right on target. So that's about all I have time for in this video. If you guys want to see me do another tutorial video soon, do not forget to subscribe. I put out new videos every week. And also, if you guys want to see another tutorial video where I go out and I show you guys how to cast and whatnot, please leave a suggestion in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, stay on the bar. We'll catch you guys again on the next one. Thanks for watching.